What's going on, pursuers? Welcome to The Pursuit of Calling, the podcast that provides you with the strategies and tools needed to successfully discover and pursue your calling. Whether it's through inspiring stories, thought-provoking interviews, or quick, insightful episodes on personal growth and development, we've got you covered. I'm your host, Thomas Carney. Enjoy the episode. We're just going to freeform this one, everyone. How's it going, pursuers? Welcome to this episode of the Pursuit of Calling podcast, where you already heard that in the intro. Guys, I'm so tired. It's been a week. There's a few things happening right now. There's a lot happening in my life. You might already know. I'm going to move my camera a little bit. I am officially a week in to entrepreneurship. I got one client. We haven't started yet. We're starting after I get back from my mission trip to Uganda. That's right. We're going back to Uganda for this time. I'm going to be on the ground for 8 days. That was a lot of information. But for me, it's 7:51 at night, and I've been moving constantly. Besides like 1 hour where I stopped watching one episode of Psych because I wanted to take a break. Sorry, I'm just like, and I'm so tired. And because I'm so excited. I'm not going to talk about the entrepreneurship this episode. That's going to be the episode I record for next week. But right now, when you listen to this episode, I'm going to be in Uganda on the ground. That's the first full day. You're listening to this on Tuesday. We're arriving Monday night there. So it's going to be a good day. It's going to be a good time. Going to be a long time on a plane. We're going to be very tired. And we're also going to be very excited. So I think that will circumvent the tiredness a little bit. But anyway, there we go. I'm not looking to teach anything this episode. I really just I didn't prepare anything. So I just figured I would chat with you guys for a second. I want to tell you guys, why am I going back to Uganda? I went last year. If you've been listening to this episode for long enough, you know that I went to Uganda once before. And the reason I was going then was because, one, I wanted to meet my compassion kid, Shafiq. And there was other reasons why I wanted to go. I wanted to prove myself and to others that I could, despite the circumstances. I wanted to prove that despite having a neurological condition that causes chronic pain every day, that I could still travel to the other side of the world and spread the love of Jesus Christ. That my circumstances determine what I can do and the calling that God has for me. And it was fantastic and better than I could have ever imagined. And I ended up being in the least amount of pain that I had been in a very, very long time while I was there in Uganda, and which blows my mind. It's probably the food. Very starchy. Anyway, the reason I'm going back, though, is kind of this part of it. Sure, it can be because I have this condition, I want to prove to I want to make sure that, I don't know if it's the right thing to say, that I want to make sure that I'm keeping that same vibe, I guess is what's popping in my head. I don't really think that's the right word, but I'm going back specifically because I want to continue to spread the love of Jesus Christ despite my circumstances. I know I can do that here. I can do that here in the US, here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But man, think of it without putting me on a pedestal, without patting me on myself on the back. Think of the testament that I can be to other people. That could be the other people, with anyone, to say if I can do something hard, where I used to be whenever I was trying to figure out what my condition was, whenever I was still having doubts that Jesus could and would heal me one day, whether it be on this side of eternity or the next, and we're really wanting it to be on this side. I went from being in the fetal position on the floor, crying my eyes out because another doctor told me they didn't know what was going on, to then going to Uganda because I wanted to I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to be somebody that's relying on God to be my provider, not just provider for resources, but provide not just for physical resources, but for spiritual resource. This is a heavy spiritual episode. I'm going on a mission trip. And it's because of God that this is even possible. So while I'm going on this mission trip, there's another reason. Again, I mentioned last time I went because I wanted to meet my sponsored kid, Shafiq. And now, since between then and this year, I picked up another compassion child. His name, I said the wrong name. His name is Elijah. And he is the cousin of Aaron, who passed away when he was 10. And I was sponsoring him at the time. And last year I got to meet his family, Aaron's family. I got to pray with them and got to see their home, which is literally a mud hut with a thatched roof. It's probably the size of the room that I'm sitting in right now. Like, I'm so blessed. We're so blessed to live here in the United States. And I got so awkward. I don't know, around the mom, and I'm like, I didn't know how to react sometimes. But man, I'm so excited to go. Like, when you're listening to this I'll be there. And if you can pray for me, that would be fantastic, because last year I barely slept at all. I'm bringing some supplements this time to hopefully help me out. AGZ it's called. It's the same product as AG1, or what used to be called Athletic Greens. Not same product, but different product, same company. And it has a bunch of stuff to help you have good sleep. So prayers that works out for me. Guys, I don't know what's going to happen this time. I don't know what God's going to do, but I know what he did last time. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen this time. I have no idea. And guys, pursuers, I want to show you that despite the circumstances that you're living in, whether you're in a physical condition like me, or you have a life circumstance that makes you think that you're counted out from the pursuit of your calling, from living it out and living it well, living it with excellence, I'm telling you, that's a lie. Your circumstances don't determine your calling. God does. And you might be thinking, how is you going to Uganda? Is that your calling to be a missionary? No, not constantly, not all the time. I don't think so anyway. But it is my calling, one, to spread the love of Jesus Christ. It's like it's every Christian's calling, but it's also my calling. I personally believe that one of the vehicles I use to do that is to help people pursue the calling that God's put on their lives and pursuing it well. And I want to be able to provide Shafiq and provide Elijah with the finances through my donations to be able to live a life where they can learn about Jesus Christ, they can learn who he is, and then they can discover the calling that he has on their lives. But I also want to go to them and show them that there is somebody else on the other side of the world that loves them and cares about them, even if they don't understand that yet. Elijah's 5 and Shafiq is 9. I don't even know if they understand where we're coming from, I'm coming from the United States, but one day they will. One day they're going to realize that there's a guy that came from the other side of the world to see me. And imagine if that was you. If that somebody loved you so much that they would travel halfway across the world for you. Yeah, imagine being on that receiving end of it. And I'm just like, I don't know how I'd feel. I'm just so happy to be able to be a part of that, be a part of what Jesus is doing, and be the light, be a salt of the earth. Not just the salt of Pittsburgh, but the salt of the earth. Guys, I'm going to keep rambling if I continue to talk. I guess I apologize if you're not a Christian. But if you made it through this whole episode, phenomenal. Like, I want you to just contemplate Jesus right now. Contemplate God. I think I told a coworker before I left, I think I can say where I was employed, NEP, before I left that company. I don't know if I should have said that. Before I left that company, I went around to each coworker and evangelized a little bit. And I told one coworker who didn't want anything to do with it, I just told him, like, there's enough evidence to God to be curious. There's enough evidence to prove that God exists to at least be a little curious about him. And don't know what that did, but I want to say that to you. If you don't know about Jesus, if you're not sure of who he is, if you're agnostic or you're atheist, just get a little curious. What does that hurt? All right, guys, thank you for listening to this episode of the Pursuit of Calling podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoyed it, if you learned something, if you felt something, share it with anyone that you feel like would benefit from hearing the message that is in this podcast today. And I'm going to be sharing some reels from it, maybe when I get back. So, but if you see those come around your Instagram, go ahead and share that with your friend. Repost it on Instagram. Put it on your story on Facebook. Don't forget to give a 5-star review on Spotify and write a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Give a thumbs up on YouTube and write a comment to let me know how I'm doing. Tell me if this resonated with you. I would love to know how. I would love to know where you are in the pursuit of your calling. Go ahead and put that in the comment below if you're watching this on YouTube. And also, guys, just again, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for, if you've listened to it, if you've been here for a long time, I want to say I just appreciate you. Guys, don't forget, pursuers, pursue your calling well. Do it with excellence. I love you guys. Peace.